Hey guys, Jonathan Mozart here for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. How is it going? I'm here to preview all the NFL action for Week 3 in the 2015 NFL season, and in this video, we are going to take a look at the matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Houston Texans. I do want to say this before we kick things off. I'm sorry if this one seems a little lackluster. I need to. This is the first time I've actually done this, or I've done all these games individually like this, and I've done them all today. This is my 10th video. I'm getting burnt out. I'm getting tired. And I gotta do a college video after this. So these last few, I only have a few left, and they might end up getting mailed in a little bit. I need to probably start these like on Thursday and gently work my way through them instead of trying to slam them all into one day because it's not working well for me. Okay, Houston comes into this game 0-2. Tampa Bay comes into this game 1-1. Uh, Tampa Bay, of course, had that big loss to Tennessee in the Battle of Mariota and Jameis Winston. Can't believe it's been a long day, like I said. Uh, and then they turned around, went to the Superdome, and beat New Orleans, and looked good doing it. But here's the deal with Jameis Winston: they're not asking him to do much. He did look better. He looked better. There's still work to be done, and it's definitely still time to do it. I think he's going to turn out to be good if he can keep his head level. Meanwhile, you've got Houston, who is just really kind of struggling. They're struggling, first of all, they're struggling defensively. And who would have thought that with a healthy Brian Cushing and a healthy Vince Wilfork and a healthy J.J. Watt coming into the season, who would have thought that we'd be saying that? But quite frankly, the defense is struggling. J.J. Watt having another J.J. Watt type year, but outside of that, they're really struggling early on. Um, you you look at Jameis Winston, okay, this is going to be the toughest defense, at least on paper, that he has played. We'll have to see if they show up or not. J.J. Watt, I think, is going to be able to wreak some havoc on Jameis and it's going to be interesting to see how this game goes. Also, excuse me, another name that I forgot to mention on that defensive list, Jadeveon Clowney, too. Can't believe I forgot to mention him, but he's healthy as well. Um, you know, uh, they're struggling to run the ball. They're struggling to pass. Um, DeAndre Hopkins has 14 catches for 151 yards and two touchdowns, but they might not have him because of a concussion. So that's a huge loss in their receiving core for a team that, like we said, has really already struggled. Um, Houston, of course, making the quarterback change last week, going to Ryan Mallett. Things weren't much better going from Brian Hoyer to Ryan Mallett. To me, personally, I'd stick with Brian Hoyer, but that is not what Bill O'Brien is choosing to do. Um, both these teams, quite frankly, have a lot of work to do. And Houston, especially, because I think everyone, including me, expected Houston to be really good, and so far, they haven't shown that they can be. I think they do get their first win. I think this defense is going to be just a little bit too much for Jameis and the Buccaneers. I've got Houston getting the win in this game. We are 1-0 on the week this week, as we did have the Giants beating the Redskins, so we had a 10-6 week in week 1. We had an abysmal 4-12 week last week. We are 1-0 so far this week, so the overall record for this year does not look good so far. 14-19. We are 783, 464, and 3 lifetime. I apologize that this video is not as good. Like I said, I'm burnt out. I need to figure out a different way to do this. So, don't forget to like the Jam Sports Show page on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Links, as always, will be in the description. And that is going to do it for me. I am Jonathan Mosette for JM Sports 100 and the JM Sports Show. This has been a preview for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Houston Texans. I will see you guys later.